Introduction to accounting. Uh, we are going to look at the subtopics under introduction to accounting. We're going to look at the purpose of financial reporting. Why is financial reporting important? We're going to look at types of business entity, that is forms of businesses. In how many forms can one engage in doing business? We are going to look at the users and the stakeholders. The users and the stakeholders need. Why do they need financial information? Is it important to them? If it is important, how shall it aid them to make decision or to progress with the company or the business? We are going to look at something called government, and we are going to look at the statement of uh, financial reports. So those are the sub section or topics that we are going to discuss, and introduction to accounting. And as I stated, let's go and look at the purpose of financial reporting. The importance of financial reporting. Before we go and look at the purpose, key terms there is financial reporting. If somebody asks you what is financial reporting is the way of recording. We record, we analyze, and summarize business data. So you can say it is the aspect or the act of recording, summarizing, analyzing financial data. The act of recording. After recording, you analyze, then you summarize. What do you do that? You summarize financial data. That is what we call financial reporting. So secondly, what is now financial data? Because the last word there is financial data. The act of recording, the act of analyzing, the act of summarizing financial data. So now, somebody may now say, what is the financial data again? So, financial data is the name given to the actual transaction carried out by a business. So, actual transactions carried out by a business, or actual activities, and the activities generate into data. So when you look at what are those business activities, what are those business activities? Like for instance, one of the key activities business is buying and selling of either physical products or services. So now when you buy, eh, when you buy, say you buy stock, that is one other way you can generate financial data. So the name which is given to just activity is what we call it financial data. So it can either be purchases, it can either be buying and selling, payment of goods and services. Those transactions are again recorded, analyzed, summarized. Let us not forget the definition of financial reporting. So at least now we know what data is. So when you involve the act of recording, analyzing, summarizing financial data, what is financial data? Financial data is a name which is given to the activities of buying, selling. Those are called financial data. So transactions are analyzed in books. Books are also divided into categories. Once you really have the data, so take for instance, you bought good stock. Now you want to start a business, you want to go and sell. What kind of books are you going to record? The first data that you have generated, you have to record them in what is known as prime books of account. Prime books of account. Prime simply means important. So transactions are analyzed in the books of prime entry, and the books are posted into the ledger. We are going to look at all those terms, don't worry. Finally, the transactions are summarized in the financial statement. All those, the end result will end in what's known as financial statement. We have prime books of account, we have subsidiary books of account. After prime recording, primary entry, the first entries of data are recorded in the prime books of account. Then their total are posted into the ledgers. Then from the ledgers now it goes to what's known as financial statements that we are going to tackle. So by the way, these teachings is meant for the beginners. The seniors, you are off. But if you want to still also refresh your mind, yeah, good, you can listen to. But this is a class for the beginners, and this is a class for those one who refresh their mind in financial accounting, and those one who, the business people who maybe did not have the time to study accounting. Please just subscribe and stay tuned. I'm going to handle all the aspects of accounting and shall move slowly and slowly and slowly. I want to pose the question. Financial reporting is only carried out by large quoted company. Is this statement correct or false? Financial statement is only done, financial recording or preparation of financial statement is only done by large companies. Is this statement right? So the answer is true or false. Let me first go back before we answer that question. I said financial reporting is the act of recording, analyzing, summarizing of financial data, while financial data is a name given to the act of carrying out business. like buying of stock, sellings of good, is called financial data. And we said those financial data are first recorded in the book of prime entry, and we're going to look at those books. From there, the summary is posted into the ledger, where now it goes into the end result called financial statement. Leave alone trial balance and the rest of it. We are going to come to those. So now the question is, if someone now asks you the recording of the financial data, is it can only be done by large companies? True or false? It is false. You as a person, you can also record. You can also produce your financial statement. You can also, so long as you are able to generate the data. But the data have to be financial in nature, have to involve at least the figure, must have the value, must be quantifiable. So that was just a question to test our mind. So let's proceed to types of business entity. Remember, that was the second thing we were talking about, types of business entity. When we talk of types of business, what is entity? What is entity? What is entity? We can refer entity as simply just a business. It is a business. It can be organization. It is something that is separate from the owner. Artificial insemination. It is separate from the owner. Does not. It is the owner created, but you have to treat it as a living thing. We are going to look at that. Why? We are going to look at that. Why is your capital? We record it as a liability. You want to understand, once you have given money already to the business, in a business sense, the business has borrowed from you. And that's why we record capital as a liability. Because now, it's like the business has borrowed from the business owner. The business have to generate its own money, its own resources out of the capital. Those one we call it assets. So the entity is separate, and the business is separate from. So when we talk of types of business entity, so types of the business can exist in how many forms? So business of whatsoever size or nature can exist in many forms. And what is the motive of the business? The motive of the business is to buy at a lower price and sells at a high price and makes the difference called profit. If the intention of the business is not to make the profit, then it's not a business. That is service delivery. The intention should be different. It's not called a business. Mind you, profit is actually determined at the point of buying. You make profit at the point of buying, not at the point of sales. If you buy high at a high price and sell at that price, remember the difference between the selling price and the purchase price determines your profit. But if now the buying price is already high, and the difference between the selling price and the buying price is less, you get little profit. But by the way, we also have types of profit: gross profit, net profit. What is gross profit? Gross profit is a profit when other expenses is not yet deducted. So if you squeeze yourself by getting the gross profit being less, by the time you are going to deduct now other operating expenses, if you are not careful, you will not get profit. You will end up getting something called loss. Loss exists where the cost of buying plus expenses, operating expenses, is higher than the revenue that you get. So that is where you inquire, you get what's known as loss. So let's proceed. I said businesses of whatever size or any nature of the business, its main motive is to make profit. There are many forms of business types or entity, which we are going to look at them. That is another long topic that we are going to digest in the next video, and that is going to be tomorrow. So check my next video. You are going to enjoy that. I want to take you very slowly, very slowly, very slowly. So I wish you all the best. This is just a beginning of financial accounting. We are going to exhaust all the topic. You post your question down there. Post your question there. In the next whatever, I'm going to answer immediately and also in detail, comprehensively. Thank you so much. I wish you all the best. Thanks. Enjoy your time.